episode of the Red Arrow Health and Wellness Podcast. I am your special guest host, also known as Kid Number 1. This week, I will be interviewing your regular hosts. You know them as Jessica and Marco, but I like to call them Mom and Dad. Say hello, Mom and Dad.
Hello.
Hi.
For this episode, we've been collecting listener and follower questions. They have come through email, direct messages, and even Instagram stories with the label hashtag Wondering Wednesday. We have a large bank of questions to get through, but before all of that, Mom, Dad, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. My stomach is extremely upset because I seriously overate, and I'm hoping that the bubbles in the soda will actually help calm my stomach down.
Caffeine doesn't hurt either.
I need the caffeine.
I'm having a grape Gatorade Zero because I overdid it yesterday. The food was very, very good. And I've got to get on the treadmill yet and do some workout and just exercise after. Really, I didn't work out yesterday. I just cooked, and ate. So now it's time to get back in the routine and get back on the cycle. And getting on the scale was not fun this morning. Hopefully the next several days will be.
I'm sure it will be much better.
Yeah. What are you drinking, Kid One?
I am drinking ice water.
Way to be healthy.
We are recording this the day after Thanksgiving, and by the time you post it, we will be very much into the holiday season. That kind of makes it the last normal week for a while. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going.
I think it's going really well. I only had to work 3 days this week, so I have a 4-day weekend, and I'm super excited about that. Also, I slept until 10:30 this morning, and that has not happened in like 10 years. So that's amazing.
I would argue that that's further evidence that this is not a normal week. I would say the last normal week was last week. This week was weird. You and your siblings only had 2 days of school, and then you were home, so it made working from home even harder. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. We're into Black Friday, and everybody's home. Next week, you guys aren't even going back right away. You're going to be at home for 3 days at least. The school district gave us that as a Thanksgiving surprise on Tuesday as they were sending everybody home. And I understand why, kinda. It's, in case everyone went out and caught Rona at Thanksgiving, but they're only giving it 3 missed school days before they send you back.
They're doing it because everybody's traveling everywhere, and in case they want people who travel, if they need to get a COVID test and they get it and they get the results. So that way they know or something.
I would have added
They're trying to make sure that they're trying to keep everybody safe.
No, I get that. I would have added a few more days to it.
Same.
No.
Yeah, because
I know you want to be at school, but like if they're going for we're going to have everyone go virtual for several days, just as a buffer to make sure you're not coming back to school and contaminating the whole school and the school population. I would think they would give you more than 3 days off from school.
Yeah, like 14. So that everybody can appropriately quarantine like you're supposed to.
They really like that people are in school and they want us to stay in school.
For sure. We all really like you guys being in school too, but we're all trying to also stay safe, and 3 days just isn't enough time.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they're waiting 1 week. They might as well, and you're going back on a Thursday, might as well take Thursday and Friday off. It's like just take all next week, not off, but go virtual all next week and return the following Monday because that's close enough. And even the CDC starting to go, maybe you don't need the full 14 days because for the majority of cases, signs are already showing.
Yeah.
So I would just go, if it were me, if I was the superintendent, I would say we're going to go virtual for the full week after Thanksgiving just in case and then go back. But I'm sure there were more factors into that decision. So it is what it is. Next week's going to be weird. It's very hard for me to get my work done and work out with you 3 home on doing virtual school. I will say virtual school with this new school system, much more regimented, much more rigid structure, which is I'm actually excited about. It's not like the free-for-all that we had in the old school last year. It should be easier on me trying to get work done while you guys are all doing school.
I have 40-ish minutes for every class with 5 minutes in between. And then for lunch, I get a 45-minute break.
Yes, but a very specific 45 minutes, not just
Yeah.
a random 45 minutes wherever you want in the day.
Yeah, they gave out a very specific time schedule.
Pacific?
Yeah.
Not Atlantic?
No, specific. But they had a
Paschetti.
they had a specific time schedule for late starts Wednesdays, and that's basically 2 hours for every class you just pop in for 10 minutes. So yeah,
Your classes
Yeah.
are only 10 minutes long?
on late starts Wednesdays.
Are you serious?
Yes,
All day long?
All day?
Basic-
How many classes do you have?
7.
That's only 70 minutes of school.
I don't
That's
know.
not even an hour and a half.
Well, we also
Does it feel like 10 minutes, but it's actually longer?
It's gotta
I
be
don't know.
longer. Otherwise,
it's like-
what else are you doing?
it's like 10 to 15 to 20 minutes or something.
I don't believe you.
But we also have our P2 meeting that day.
And what is P2?
P2 is basically doing the positivity project where we learn about a certain character trait.
Aw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But still, that's only 80 minutes. And you're definitely there longer than 80 minutes for an entire day.
I don't know.
Okay, then.
We start Wednesdays for virtual are basically half days.
Nice.
Okay, time for the listener questions.
Whoa, we're not messing around, are we?
No.
Okay.
These questions came from email, direct messages, and Instagram stories with the label hashtag Wondering Wednesday.
And then I took those and tried to organize them by subject, question, type, everything. So this episode kind of made sense. It wasn't as random and crazy as it is, even though it's kind of a random and crazy episode. A little effort went into organizing them so it's easier on the listeners. But with that, Kid 1, have at it.
How did you two meet?
Everybody always assumes that since we're both behavioral psychologists that we met in grad school.
Especially since we both went to Florida State.
Yeah, but we did not meet there.
And those who don't assume that assume, well, you two met at Western Michigan because you both went there, which we did.
But we did not meet there
And
either.
we knew each other already. Yeah. And people are like, you're both from the same town. You must have gone to high school together, which
Nope.
we did not.
Nope, we actually met at my senior prom. I took a friend as a date, and you...
I got actually, way back when I got an instant message. It was either AOL Instant Messenger or ICQ message saying...
What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that. It's like before texting.
Your early form of texting through computers.
It sounds like
Oh.
it sucks.
It did not suck.
I said her name, so yeah.
Oh.
Whatever, I'll just beep it out. So mommy's friend, who was also a friend of mine, sent me a message and said, hey, I've got prom tickets. I've got a dress. My boyfriend and I just broke up. Will you go to prom with me so I don't have to go by myself? And I'm like, let me see. I'll get home in time. I should have worked enough to have enough money to rent a tux and pay for dinner. So yeah, I'll go. Whatever. Sure.
So my friends and I decided that we would all meet up at this friend's house so that all the parents could like stand around together and take the pictures all at once, and we could just get the pictures over with and go straight to dinner and then to the dance. So we get to my friend's house and I noticed Marco right away, and apparently he noticed me too. We took the pictures and then we went to dinner at a local Italian restaurant, and
where I had to translate the menu to your date who couldn't figure out what rigatoni and mustacholi and all the
Right.
other dishes were. He didn't even know what lasagna was.
he did not.
What?
It was pretty
He was a
funny.
hot mess.
Yeah. Like I said, he was a friend. Just so we're clear. Anyways, after we translated the menu and everything was ordered, instead of like paying attention to my date, I spent the entire time talking with Marco. And obviously he wasn't paying attention to his date at that point either.
Not really.
So then after dinner, we got to the dance. I think I danced with my date once the entire night. And then my friend and I ran off to the bathroom, and she liked my date and I clearly liked her date. So she and I decided that we would just switch dates for the rest of the night. So I spent the rest of the
And
night.
this is where the story diverges a little bit, because then there was just, her date and I were just kind of like, well, we're just not going to ask our dates to dance anymore tonight.
Oh, that's funny. No, she and I had a very specific conversation in the bathroom about whether or
apparently
not we
it
were
was
both
like a
okay
very mutual
about that.
thing on both sides of like all the parties. It's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. So I spent the rest of the night dancing with Marco and completely ignored my date after that.
And then we ended up, her date and my date ended up leaving together.
Did they?
Yeah, because
don't-
you went with me.
We went to prom parties.
We hit a bunch of prom parties.
What happened to my date after that?
Yeah, there's pictures of us around at the various prom parties, and every so often we'll put up on so and so. We'll go, "Hey, that's our backyard."
Yeah, it was really fun.
So yeah, that's how we met.
That's how we met.
Where did you grow up?
You can go first.
I grew up here. I grew up in Southwest Michigan, born and raised, and I grew up around here until I left for college and went up to the UP.
I don't love this question. It's really hard for me to answer it. We moved a lot when I was little because of my dad's job.
Where were you born?
I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. My
Like
parents,
New Orleans, or like when people say I'm from Detroit and they actually mean like Lansing or Kalamazoo.
like New Orleans. My parents took me to Mardi Gras when I was a baby, so we have fun pictures from that. And then when I was like 2 or 3, we moved to Georgia. And then when I was 7, we moved to West Virginia. And then when I was 8, we moved to Virginia. And then right a couple of months before I turned 10, we moved to Southwest Michigan. And we stayed here until... And then my parents stayed here in Michigan until I graduated from Western. And then a little bit longer than that. And then after Western, I moved down to Tallahassee, Florida.
At that point, you're grown up.
Oh, right. Good point. Yes, then I was a grown-up. It doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, all along, I grew up in the South and along the East Coast and then in Michigan.
How did you get into podcasting?
I mean, the easy answer is we started talking to a mic and publishing it on the internet.
That's basically.
I mean, it's the year of the Rona. We've been looking for ways to. We've done various versions of getting out the information, trying to share and disseminate what we do, and we did videos and trying to find a place to host it and publish it, and instructional stuff, and trying to design internal portals and knowledge-based portals over the years, and finally, just like, you know what, this is way easier to just do audio only, basically set up a sound studio or a recording studio down near my office in the basement and just record once a week. And part of it is just to have a conversation with each other without kids, although we've got our kid in here with us and kids have been around for a few episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it just worked out well, especially in a year where everything's been virtual. And it's not like your mom and I can go down the street to the brewery or off to a winery and just sit and have a conversation. So this became, okay, we put this on the calendar and we're going to go have a cocktail, have a glass of wine or have a beer and have a conversation. And then also something we've been trying for years and years and years, and just disseminating and sharing information on a variety of topics. It all came together.
How do your kids feel about mom and dad having a podcast? Do they care that you talk about them? How much bribery does it take to get them to come on the show?
Do you want to answer that one?
Yeah, you're a kid. You can answer that.
Okay. I don't care. I think it's fun.
Okay.
Do you even listen to the episodes?
Sometimes, if I'm on it.
And how much do you have to be bribed to be on an episode?
Just ask me if I want to be on it. I'll be like, okay, what's it about? And then I say yes anyway.
Yeah, your youngest brother is actually on my case because he hasn't been on in a while, and he's like, "Can I be on? Can I be on? Can I be on?" Your other brother is just like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Didn't he want to be on the Thanksgiving stories and then he missed it?
He wanted to be on the food episode because he thought we were going to be making food. He wanted to eat it all.
Yes, but also, yeah, he wanted to be on. He had the idea for doing a Thanksgiving episode, to which we told him, yeah, that was episode 38. We've already done it. He thought that today's episode would be Thanksgiving stuff and we'd be just serving more food.
Apparently, he's a bottomless pit.
This sounds like the other brother who's always hungry.
So I think we'll have to have him on the next time we do something food related. But yeah, we don't have to bribe you guys. You usually ask.
Or we come up with a fun idea and we're like, okay, now that you're doing it, can we be on it?
Yeah.
How do you two find the time to podcast?
Good question.
We put it on the calendar. And then since it's on the calendar, when that day rolls around, we just do it.
We usually do them in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a few in the morning.
Yeah.
Although I think that we did the last one in the morning, and as we were doing it, because we had the blinds pulled, and since we usually do it at night, I was listening back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And even go, yeah, we're doing it in the morning. I'm drinking coffee. And throughout the rest of the episode, I kept saying, tonight. Even though it wasn't even lunch yet when we recorded.
That's hilarious.
But they usually at night, after we put you guys to bed.
If the boys can stay quiet.
Well, then I have to go run upstairs and tell them to be quiet. And it is extra motivation to get them to be quiet, too, because nobody wants to listen to them argue while they're in their beds.
Especially
that's how we do it, though. We put it on the calendar for the week, and it's just something we got to check off for that part of the week, and it's usually in the evening.
Do your families listen to this?
My parents do.
Mine claim to, but I don't think they do, because they ask things like I have ones going, what do you guys eat? What should we make for Thanksgiving? This is before Thanksgiving got locked down, and it was just us at home. And so I'm thinking, you clearly haven't listened to the podcast, because we did a whole Thanksgiving menu episode.
Yeah.
So I don't think mine listen.
I know that mine do, because they will call and ask specific questions about things. Mm-hmm. Or provide commentary, like, you rambled too long during these few minutes here in this episode number, blah, 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 and we didn't like to listen to that. It's like, well, okay, thanks, Mom and Dad.
I'm pretty sure my siblings don't listen. Like, two of them are super busy, and this isn't really this isn't their kind of jam. And the one other one is also like your grandparents, who ask questions about eating and diet and everything. It's like, if you listen to the podcast, you'd know the answer to all that. So you obviously don't.
Yeah, I occasionally listen to the ones that the kids are on.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few.
Yep.
Usually you.
Yeah.
Your friends listen?
I know that one of them listens.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
How many do your friends know you're on a podcast occasionally?
That friend knows that.
Well, obviously, but any of the other ones?
She knows that I'm on it. And the rest of us are on it. I don't know if anybody else listens, though.
Do any of your other friends know that you're hosting an episode this week?
No.
Okay. Even though you had it all over your Instagram?
Actually, one other one knows that it is, because
okay.
she's the only other one who has Instagram.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How many listeners do you have?
I don't know.
The statistics software, or whatever download thing, doesn't tell us how many listeners, but it does tell us how many downloads. And our podcast has been downloaded about 7,500 times, which is not too shabby since we just started in April.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. That's more than I thought we'd get.
For sure.
What has been your favorite episode so far?
Mine is the epic fails one. I thought that one was hilarious, and it's the one I liked recording the most so far.
Which one was that? What was that about?
The one where we talk about times that we failed doing things.
Yeah, like, it's easy to sit here and go, oh, we're so great. Here's all the things we did, and it turned out amazing. And that one was the exact opposite. We went like, here's all the times that we tried something, and it flopped. It sucked. That one was fun. I still, I kind of like the ones where we interviewed people, even though the audio, like, we've obviously gotten better at this as we've gone along. Our audio in the first, probably the first half of our library of episodes, it's pretty rough. And some of our ones when we interview people, the ciders and cycling, the parenting in the time of COVID, the racing into fall sports, had great conversations, but the audio wasn't too great. We're still working on, when we get beyond 2 microphones, trying to get those working well. Those were fun to do, and the cocktail ones were fun.
Those are always good.
Oh, and we also interviewed you and your siblings. We did one where we had these recipes, we cooked them up, and then without testing them with you before, just put them in front and said, give us your opinions, and we got everything across, the spectrum. We love it. We hate it. It tastes lemony. I'd have no lemon. It's like there was no lemon in that entire recipe, so I don't know where one of you was getting lemon.
What? You had a big category of like balls or something, and I only liked one of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
The balls were, some were liked more than others.
For sure.
I only liked.
But that morning when we did outside on the deck with you, and it was the first cocktail episode we did.
Oh.
I like that one. That was just fun to kick back and record. But yeah, Epic Fails is probably the funniest one we did.
Mm-hmm.
Which one did you like the least?
Yeah.
I don't know. The autism one was kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
And like the first two actually, the This Is Us parts 1 and 2 were tough just because we had to get the hang of everything. Took forever to edit those and get them ready to go.
What is or was your favorite subject in school?
Okay.
Huh.
I changed over time for me. I mean, when I was little, like in elementary school, it was like geography and social studies. In high school, yeah, in high school, I had a bunch. It was history, but I also liked advanced bio, and I liked computer programming. In college, it was clearly psychology.
Well, not
All
college.
the
Well, not college and grad school because that's when you pick what you want to do.
yeah, but
for
even
the
at
rest of your
Michigan
life.
Tech, I took every psychology course they offered at Tech at the time. So I actually graduated with my bachelor's from Western Michigan, and at that point, I think I had twice as many credits in psychology than I needed to graduate. I took so many extra classes. Did I buy enough time for you to think of what your favorite class was?
Let's see. I always really liked English, like in elementary school, middle school, high school. I always liked my English classes because I like to write and I love to read is the best part. I didn't always love my English teacher's book selections, but I read them anyways because I was like, it's a book. I'm going to read it. This is going to be amazing.
I can't think of a single English teacher I had in growing up, like in middle school and high school, that I liked.
None of your English teachers?
No.
Oh,
None of them like inspired me at all. I'm like, I always loathed going to their classes. I just disliked them as
in
instructors.
10th grade and 12th grade, I actually had the same English teacher twice. Once for 10th grade English and then once for creative writing. And she was phenomenal. She is by far my favorite English teacher ever. But in 9th and 11th grade, I also had the same English teacher. And I hated that woman so much, especially because during parent-teacher conferences, she decided to tell my parents that I was basically a dork and I needed to make more friends and become more popular. And my parents were like, yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with her English grade, so maybe we could get back on track there with that.
Not everybody can be popular.
Indeed, they cannot.
And again, what does that have to do
Also,
with her grade?
it didn't matter to me at all. That was not something I was interested in.
I don't even care. If
My
you're
11th
popular.
grade English teacher,
Good.
we collectively as a group were going to the school administration going, fire this woman because she would go put like a writing assignment for the day on the board and sit in the back and talk about her dating life and everything with her best buddies. It wasn't teaching us anything. And we're like, look, we're graduating next year. We're going to college and we're learning nothing other than a daily writing in our journal entry. This is crap.
Yeah, so my 9th grade and 11th grade English teacher, but in 9th grade, we had to read Romeo and Juliet, and then she
What?
showed...
We read that in junior high.
Congratulations, Catholic schoolboy. Your school is more advanced than mine.
Maybe. I don't know. This is the same one where we had the teacher who just talked about her love life with her friends
Anyways,
and didn't teach us in high school.
Shush. She made us read Romeo and Juliet, and then she made us watch the movie from the 1960s. And in the movie there...
Oh.
Yeah. In the movie, there's a scene where you see Romeo's butt. And
She sees some other things too.
yeah, well, she focused on his butt because that scene happened, and she was like, "Oh, he has such a cute, nice butt. Let's just watch it again." And she rewound the movie, and she showed us his butt at least 3 times in a row. And I was like, "Why are we watching a butt? We're supposed to be watching the play." And then she after the 3rd time, she goes, "Okay, I guess that's enough." And then she continued to let us watch the movie, but it was really quite horrifying. And I feel like if that happened today, she would have been fired.
I'm amazed that we watched it in junior high, and the junior high teacher, I'm surprised, wasn't fired in the Catholic school because he also showed the 1960s version. And for the butt scene and stuff, he went up and put a manila folder over it.
That's hilarious.
But he wasn't paying attention, got distracted by somebody. So when Juliet's running around topless, he forgot to censor the screen.
He forgot.
Yeah.
Anyways, as far as classes that I did really love go, I always loved my biology classes. They were always fun. I think biology is absolutely fascinating. I especially loved anatomy and physiology. And obviously psychology was a big favorite of mine for obvious reasons.
I've never seen Romeo and Juliet, but I've seen the gnome ones.
You're not.
Romeo and Juliet, you get the
Yes.
you get the gist of it.
You should watch the Leonardo DiCaprio version. That one's pretty good.
I like the gnome version.
Yes, because way back when in the fair city of Verona, they had
Guns.
Glocks and Berettas
And cars.
and angel wings.
And acid. What else do you have over there on your list?
New topic.
Everyone has a favorite sibling. Which one is yours?
My favorite sibling is Jake. That was easy.
Because you only have one sibling.
That's exactly it. That's why this is an easy question for me.
I'm going to go with, because I think it's the only sibling that will probably ever listen to this, will probably be my sister, the younger of my two sisters, the one that's the next one older from me. Because the oldest one, this is totally not her type of jam, and my younger brother is probably too cool to listen to this.
She isn't the older one, the one whose newsletter is claimed to be written by her cats.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is your favorite season?
Hockey season.
Summer.
I like both of your answers, but I like hockey season just a tiny bit more.
If we're going for
Summer's awesome too.
If we're going meteorological season, it would be autumn.
Now I go
Because
with
it's
summer.
not too hot, not too cold.
But now I like summer more with that one.
No, summer can get way too hot.
Then you hop in the pool for the entire day.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You hop in the pool or you go to the beach. Everything
It's
is
Michigan.
fine.
You can still do that in the fall.
Not really.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
It was like 70 degrees at the state finals this year in November.
That was amazing.
It was. And the year before that, we were having a snowstorm.
What is it like having your dad being a cross-country coach in the times of the Rona?
Okay, so this one was probably one of those ones that was written where somebody thought we were interviewing you. So I don't think
I
that
know
question
who
is.
wrote this.
Yeah, I don't think this question was actually. We're not gonna out that person. I think this one's actually a question for you, not for
Okay.
us.
Well, my dad's definitely not a cross-country coach.
My dad's
so-
definitely not a cross country coach either.
Your dad teaches Taekwondo.
Yeah. All right. So what was the question again?
What is it like having your dad being a cross-country coach in the times of the Rona?
So what is it like for having your dad be the coach, or do you want me to answer it as what's it like being the coach?
I'll answer it.
You answer what you feel like it is having your dad be the coach, and then I'll answer what it's like being a coach. How about that?
It's fun because I get to see my friends, but I don't like that we have to wear the mask all the time. But I already don't like that because we have to. But other than that, it's like the same because he's been doing that since I was in kindergarten, and I've gotten used to what it's like.
Yeah, you didn't get to come to us much this year. Usually you come, like I've got pictures of you in kindergarten helping me take splits.
At the banquet that year, a bunch of people who really liked me, they made like a little bag.
They all liked you.
Well, they all liked me, but a couple of them made or all of them, I don't know, but they made like this little bag and it had stuff for me in it. And inside of there was this picture of me helping out, and in a white frame, and I still have it on my desk.
Yep, we were taking
Yeah.
splits. That was at the county meet.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a coach during the Rona, it has been an emotional roller coaster. It's been rough. It was, coaching. We started track, and then we did track in person for 1 week, and then we went virtual for 4 weeks. So I was coaching, like people were like, we'd have people who didn't know what was going on with varsity track going, well, since you're not doing anything, I'm like, not doing anything. I'm coaching boys and girls, all levels. I was passing stuff to the middle school coach who was extending it down to the middle schoolers, all the events, and coaching it remotely in the hopes that we would get back. And then we got to about spring break and they shut things down. So then we switched to the Summer Racing Club, which is virtual and we've been doing for 5 years. So that wasn't a big deal other than we did it for 19 weeks instead of 10. And those first 9 weeks, I wrote all the articles for it because my executive board were all still in school and we're supposed to be focusing on school. So there was all that. But building up to cross country, then finding out there's no cross country. And then finding out a few weeks later, suddenly there is cross country. So it's like, we got to get started right away. And it's like, but the middle school can't compete. So you got to come up with an option to keep them busy. So we did internal competitions and then trying to get the kids motivated and getting them to realize this isn't week 3. We can't do the usual week 3 hiccups. This is actually week 8. The season didn't stop. The season kept going. The school just didn't let us compete. So it was rough. It was frustrating.
I didn't like that they did that.
I didn't like that they did that either. I didn't like that, I was also hoping when we restarted, even though we had pulled you out of that school, I'm like, well, I'll bring you along and you can go for a run with the team. But then it was made clear to me that they didn't want you guys intermixing with the kids from the school. So you spent most of the time sitting on the sidewalk or in the grass or in the car. You got to see your friends, you got to talk to your friends, but like I was hoping that you could at least go and run at practice with your friends. So
the most I actually got to like run and hang out with the entire 6th grade was when like the 5 or 6th graders that were there, and I all decided we want Jimmy John, so we went and got day-old bread, and that was fun.
And that was awesome, and that's like normal kid behavior, and I was excited to see that. We also didn't have all the onlookers who were giving disapproving looks on stuff, and it's like, you know what? They're not in front of the school. You guys go and you be normal kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. All for that. Oh, give us a happier question. What's next?
How does your dad get so many runners on the team? Running sucks. Running doesn't suck.
Sometimes while you're doing it, it can. It's usually after you finish with that wasn't so bad. I don't know. It's I try to make it fun. I try to tap into the various motivations and recognize that there are various motivations for coming out for track and cross country, and then tie into those and build those things up, whether they're there for being with friends or they're there for the fun runs or they're there for competition or they're there for fitness. Recognizing all those motivations.
Some of them are there for the photos.
Some of them are there for the photos. Some of them are there for the Jimmy Johns and the food. But make sure we have all those pieces there. But at the end of the day, the core mission is to run and compete. Like this year, I had a kid who came out and they go, well, I don't want to compete. And I'm not interested in competition. And all you care about is competition. I'm like, no, but that is the central mission of this team, especially at the varsity level, is to compete against other schools. You can't show up and only be able to run a quarter mile. Like, if you can, be prepared to work up towards it, but other people have their primary reason for being there, and I tie into that, so we have it, but at the end of the day, that's why the team exists and why we're there.
Yeah, before I switched to schools, I signed up, and the main thing that I wanted to do was fun runs. A lot of my friends were going to be there, and I wanted to get shiny medals.
So what I found interesting, though, is when you changed schools and things powered down, but when we powered back up, we had, like...
Most of the 6th grade was going to run.
Almost every girl in the 6th grade was signed up, and by the time we actually started running with 6th graders...
Only 2 were there, and one of them was...
One was new, so only one who originally signed up when you were signed up stayed. You bailed, and the rest of them bailed too.
Well, one of them...
So clearly a lot of them signed up to hang out with you. So congrats on being popular. I guess you don't have to worry about like your English teacher saying at conferences going...
Get some more friends.
All my teachers adore me.
Yes,
Good,
we are aware.
And they told us that, so yay for you.
What is your favorite track or cross-country team shirt?
Oh, yes, because the kids usually design the shirts every year. I'll let your mother go first.
I like this year's because it's coronavirus themed. I like the germs that are on it. I think they're cute. And then I also like the Super Mario one that...
Oh, the neon yellow sweatshirt.
Oh,
yeah.
I really like that
super,
hoodie.
bro.
Yeah, Track made that one. It's really cute. And then the other one that I really liked was the DNA shirt.
Oh, the DNA of a runner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have that one.
From 2016. Yeah. My absolute favorite is one from this past season, and it isn't the annual team shirt. It's a special one. It was the championship. We won the conference championship for boys and for girls, and so that one is forever going to be more special than the other ones. It has all our names on the back, and that one's really cool. Out of the annual shirts they do, probably the Rona one, the stay 6 feet behind the Lakers for cross country, followed closely by the DNA shirt, which has like eating pasta and prone to shin splints and stuff. For track, though, it's the hot pink one they had that said "Run fast, turn left" on the back.
Every time the school was like, okay, wear your favorite like school shirt, or we had a spirit day, that's the only shirt I wore besides the pink Lake Michigan Catholic one, because I really liked that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is your favorite?
What's your? So that one's your favorite though, out of all the ones we did.
No,
what was your favorite?
My favorite my favorite is either the neon yellow hoodie, because I often wear that at home.
They are very warm and soft.
They are, or the stick figure guy, because it looks like one of the guys is getting like a pole stuck through his neck.
Oh, the track one where it was the run, jump, throw.
And the jump looks like he's getting a pole stuck in his neck.
Because he's high jumping.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
but
He does look like he got a javelin through the throat.
It's hilarious.
what is your favorite running slogan?
What's yours?
I don't know.
Can you think of any?
I have one.
What's yours, real fast?
Everything hurts and I'm dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was on a
Something
cross-country
to
shirt
do with
once.
dying.
And then somebody took a photo of somebody who fit the image of that.
My favorite, I think, and I've seen it on T-shirts of guys, usually on the podium at races, is "I hate running." So congratulations, you just won something. If it's not that, it's "Run faster, eat sooner," or "Run." I thought they said "rum."
Oh, I know. Mine is the one that says, "My sport is your team's punishment."
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes.
What is your favorite 5K shirt?
I would say mine's from one of the zombie dashes I did. It's the one where it has the zombie hand coming up with the red circle behind it.
Oh, that's cool. I've seen
Yeah.
that one. I only have a couple. I'm gonna say, well, this one actually doesn't count because it's like a 1 mile run. I was gonna say it's one of like the team shirts that come in like all the fun colors. Like the most recent one that I had was purple.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, but the other one I thought,
The wine run?
no. Oh yeah, that one. I really like that one. The other one I thought about was the Duck Duck Run.
Those are
was
fun
cute.
too.
Yeah, but the wine run was fun too.
Mine is probably one of the color run t-shirts.
How many of those do you have?
Several.
Like 3 or 4. Yeah, I like the color run. It's fun. And
It is
also their
fun.
shirts are cute and they're usually pretty soft. So
I like the medal I got for that. It had a unicorn on it.
The Runicorn. It's a Runicorn.
yeah, it's
Just
a
add an
unicorn.
R. Just add an R to it.
My Fen Valley 5K shirt is a favorite of mine. I like the color of it.
As much as you hated that course.
I hated that course, but I finished it and I didn't cheat during it, unlike some other people.
I didn't either.
I'm not implying
mean,
you cheated. I was
I know.
referring to the people in front of me that
People who just
clearly
decided, like, this course is hellish. Let's just cut to the finish line and get to the mimosas and wine tasting.
You don't deserve it.
It's a tough course
cheated.
because
Right, they didn't deserve it.
They didn't do it.
my team usually runs that course, and it's hilly and it's trails and it's wooded and it's through the grapes and the sunflowers and everything, and it's challenging, it's scenic, it's not a repeat course, and for the casual runner it's miserable, and some of those people are out there in blue jeans going, oh, we'll just stroll around through the grapes, and it's like, have fun with that.
No.
We're gonna go run it.
You can't run in blue jeans,
Yeah,
You cannot,
and that is a fact.
especially when it's 85 degrees outside.
it was hot. It was a June day.
Very hot.
That's like you're gonna die.
Yeah. Okay.
What is your favorite triathlon shirt? You have like 80 billion.
I have a lot.
Mine is probably from Try the Creek. It's a soft cotton one, even though it's kind of ugly. It's just comfy. Is it your Naperville one?
I don't know. I guess. I honestly don't know. I don't particularly love the
What about the light blue one from up in the UP? Or your Naperville had a performance shirt.
Yeah, but those are too clingy.
Okay.
Do you want me to move on to a
Yes, I
very
do.
funny question?
Yes.
Rat lab, weren't you worried about catching the plague?
No.
No.
They're lab rats. They weren't like germ factory rats.
Yeah, and by the way, the plague's coming from the fleas that were on the rats. These
Not the
are
actual
laboratory rats, which are bred specifically for that environment. They don't get out in nature. We both had Rat Lab. I taught several sections of Rat Lab for a while in grad school. You subbed and taught some of my sections for me.
Didn't you make a rat dance?
I know, but I did teach my rat how to play basketball and lift weights and run in a wheel and string all of that together into one big giant behavior that he had to do before he could have
Yeah.
his drop of water.
Ditto.
Didn't you not also like your teacher so that he was like, well, didn't your teacher do something and he was like, fine, I'm going to name your rat for you, and he named it his name?
No,
that's not quite
my
how it went.
psychology teacher in high school found out that I was going to Western, and he was like, "Oh, if you take psychology at Western, you have to take Rat Lab." And I said, "I'm not taking Rat Lab. I'm not touching a rat. You can't make me. They can't make me." And a few years later, there I was taking Rat Lab.
Well, then
because
how did you get
they
it
made
named?
me, and so my TA said, "Okay, you guys have to bond with your rat. So take it out of its box, let it crawl all over you, let it sniff you, and then you have to name it." And I was like, "Well, I'm naming you Mr. Bruno because here I am sitting in Rat Lab just like you said I would."
Oh. What was the best thing you ate on Thanksgiving?
This Thanksgiving,
Yes.
Daddy's turkey
That
It's
was really
really-
yummy.
it was
my
It was
favorite.
really, really yummy.
is my favorite turkey he's ever made.
I told my little sister that it was chicken, and it actually tasted like chicken, and I was very happy.
I would, well, one, thank you for doing that, because she ate, which was great.
That was the only way I knew she would
But
eat.
I think, and the bacon cheddar cauliflower mash was good, and the Brussels sprouts turned out great. Turkey was awesome. My low carb mushroom gravy was great.
That was amazing.
But I was probably enjoyed the most my low carb pumpkin pie cheesecakes.
Also yummy.
I would say either the bread roll things that Mom usually makes.
That we they're supposed to rise 3 to 5 hours, and we let them go like 6 or 7.
Yep. You should not do that.
They rose and rose and rose.
And then they like squished themselves in the oven. Not
Yeah.
real clear on what happened there, but they still tasted amazing.
They did taste good. I always liked those. And then there was also my pumpkin pie, because that was the one we had on Thanksgiving, and I liked mine better.
How do you know you haven't eaten the second one yet?
Yeah, we did. We ate that for breakfast.
No, that was still the first one.
Wait, what?
You guys
Yeah.
didn't eat a whole pie last night. And this
You
morning.
guys, between last night and this morning, you all ate
That
a
means
pie.
there's more pie.
Yes.
Well, I really like my pie. I think it's the best so far.
Okay, you know what? I didn't even have a bite, and I'll tell you right now, it was the best so far.
Yeah.
It was the only one so far.
How is Mom liking her new job?
I love my new job. I'm really, really happy to go every day, which is impressive since I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And
Well, you don't have to get up that early.
yes, I do, because it takes me an hour to drive to work. It also takes me an hour to make the schedule. And if I were to show up on time at like 7:30 or 7:45, I would not have enough time to get the
Scuzzle.
the schedule puzzle put together. So I get there at 6:30 in the morning. I don't mind doing it because I really, really do love to be there. I'm very happy that I get to work for this company. It's great.
How long have you two been on your low carb diet?
I started playing with low carb, I think 2 years ago. But I'm not I'm not consistent with it at all. I need to get back on track, but I did start playing with it and trying it out 2 years ago.
And I think I went low carb a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
and have stuck with it, and pretty happy with the results. How about you? I mean, you have to eat the food we cook. Have you noticed any difference?
I like
It's not like we're giving you guys low carb all the time. Like,
We're
clearly,
not
I
making
made
you eat rice cakes or something.
I made yeasty
Yeah.
bread rolls for you guys yesterday,
Yeah, it is.
and Mom made you guys normal mashed potatoes. And
Occasionally, I won't like the stuff because it's not good. Well, I just don't like it because it doesn't taste like the stuff I like.
Even when we fry perch, you guys use standard breading, and
but that's actually good.
We bread. Yeah, you guys actually like it when we bread it in ground up pork rinds.
I like it when I use the seasoning I buy because
I don't
like pork rinds.
Yeah. So is it because we put bacon in things? Is that the problem? Because you don't like bacon?
I also don't like coconut.
What?
I've never liked coconut.
That's news to me.
Me too.
I told you that in the episode with the desserts.
There was a lot of things said.
We
in
have
that
4
one.
kids. We can't pay attention to you all the time.
You guys were all talking at the same time.
Okay, but it's bacon and coconut, and I don't like those. I can taste bacon and coconut out of stuff.
No coconut covered bacon for her.
Also, chocolate covered bacon is the why.
I don't like chocolate covered bacon either, so I will validate that one.
I like chocolate covered bacon, but it's just the low carb sugar alternative faux sugar chocolate covered bacon didn't work as well.
It fell off.
Well, it had MCT oil in it, and that just made it really runny and messy.
Why didn't you just melt the chocolate and then put it on the bacon? Isn't that how you should do it? Even if
you're not doing low carb or.
Okay. On an average day, how many calories do you consume?
I am typically at or just under 1,800 calories a day.
And I'm typically around 2,000 calories a day, and it bounces around. It could be as low as, I don't know, 1,800. It could be as high as 3,000. Who knows what I didn't even count yesterday.
What happened
it was probably
yesterday?
Like 50 billion calories.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I'm going to explode.
Yesterday's don't count.
They don't count.
No.
I even told you that. They don't count. It's Thanksgiving.
Oh, they counted when I got on the scale this morning.
I did not get on the scale this morning. I don't need that negativity in my life today.
Well, there was positivity in the positivity of number going up.
Hard pass on that.
Yeah.
How much weight has Dad lost?
Since when? Ever?
Since you started doing low carb.
There's ups and downs. Since we moved back to Michigan, it's about 130 pounds since doing low carb, specifically in the last year and a half, probably 60 to 70 pounds.
What sparked the major weight loss?
Initially what sparked it was when we were moving from Virginia. It was a change of job, change of location, change of lifestyle, because I was just not living a healthy lifestyle. I wasn't happy. I don't think your mother was happy with me either, because I was working long hours and eating and just getting bigger and bigger and having all sorts of health problems, and was not an exciting way to live, since we had at that point 3 little kids and I wanted to see you guys grow up.
Yeah.
But just was having a hard time, kind of, just wasn't getting the results I wanted. Like, it worked. Losing weight at first worked great, but then I think I had gotten as far as I could with those strategies I was using and decided to go all in on the low carb approach. Your mom had about 6 months of good results with that. So I decided to do it too and just go all in. I wanted to be under 200 pounds by the time I turned 40, which I achieved. And yeah. So that was the main thing. I was running out of time and decided, all right, let's do this.
Does Mom ever have trouble recognizing Dad?
I don't know, do you?
Yes. At the grocery store now, because he looks drastically different than he did before. And it's still surprising every once in a while. And if we're at the store and I get sidetracked and I go down a different aisle and then I try and find him again, he could be standing like 12 feet in front of me. And I will be like, where's my husband? I don't see him anywhere.
I mean, to be fair, though, like, people give me a hard time. Like, I can change my appearance, like, just glasses on, glasses off.
No.
beard, scruffy, or shaved face.
And that's why you take me wherever you go. And that's why you take me wherever you go in the shop.
That I don't want to go to jail, so we gonna have to take you guys
Exactly.
places.
We're not allowed to leave you in the car.
No, I meant like when you go somewhere to get something in the store while we're all.
No, it's just a happy bonus.
Well, when we're all in the store and you go and get something from a different place. And that's why I always come with you, because you get lost.
No, that's not why you come with me, but it is helpful to your mother if you are with me.
Because she gets lost sometimes.
I'm not getting lost. I know where I am inside of a store.
It's when she gets out of the store she gets lost.
True. I went to Target yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before, and I forgot where I parked, so then I was just wandering around the parking lot.
Beeping the parking lot, hitting the
No,
keychain.
that would have been smart. I was just like, where's my car? I can't find it. It's dark.
Good thing you have a vanity plate.
This is why I have very good night vision.
Okay.
Okay.
Do y'all ever fall off the wagon when it comes to dieting?
Yes.
Like yesterday. Actually, I've been solidly off the wagon for a while.
But
now.
I sampled your potatoes yesterday. Your like normal, not cauliflower, fake potatoes, real potatoes. I sampled the
potatoes.
I sampled the pumpkin pie, the real pumpkin pie, not just the low carb pumpkin pie cheesecake. And even when we were doing we had appetizer snacks and we went heavy with that. I had some wheat thins and everything else, and paid for it today. But yeah, the main thing is not to go on a skid for days and weeks and months at a time. You just have a day and you get back on and, stick to the diet and work out and everything the next day.
Have you tried Jefferson's Ocean Cask Bourbon?
Not yet, but I want to.
No.
I've tried.
I saw that at the store the other day and I was like, ooh, that's probably good.
Your dad's got some. But, so I've had the Jeffersons and then the Jefferson Reserve. And then this is the one where they age it in casks and they put them on ships out in the ocean, which are also out there conducting research or whatever. So I definitely want to try it.
Hey, hockey people. Do you know Wayne Gretzky and Ed Belfour made whiskey? Have you tried them?
Yes, I am aware that they make whiskey. I have not tried them. Somebody had a bottle of the Wayne Gretzky whiskey at the rink a year or so ago, and I didn't have any. I have not had a chance to try the Ed Belfour whiskey yet either. Not available in Michigan yet, and haven't had a chance with the Rona going around to run to Illinois to buy a bottle. Yeah.
Right.
But yes, I'm aware that both of those guys make whiskeys. And hey, kid, do you know who Wayne Gretzky is?
Does he play on the Blackhawks or the Cavs?
No, the great one. His number is retired from every team.
Oh, yes, I do.
He has so many points that if he took away all his goals, he'd still lead the league in points.
Yeah, and actually, I do know.
Do you know who Ed Belfour is?
No.
Eddie the Eagle. He was a goalie for several teams, including the Blackhawks, when I was a kid.
Okay. What whiskey do you most want to try?
Pappy Van Winkle.
Yeah, Peppy Van Winkle.
What is that?
It's a whiskey. It has a big cult following, and it's really hard to get.
Well, especially it depends on which ones, but the older ones, once you get beyond 20-year-old, very hard to get a hold of, very expensive bottles. But yes, I would love to try some Peppy.
Is there a plan for an all tiki drink episode?
There should be.
There might be now.
That's a fabulous idea.
Follow.
But also, you can't really do low-carb tiki drinks, so I'm not sure that'll work.
Well, yeah, you can. We started working on that with the extracts and everything.
That's right. I forgot about
We've done
the
a few
and the Mios
low
and
carb tiki. So we're going to have to put some work into it to make enough different variations on all the different tiki recipes in a low carb style to make a full episode out of it.
So maybe by then it might be summer or something?
Oh, it's for sure going to be a summer thing.
Or it could be spring, too.
Tiki drinks are more fun in the summer.
I don't know. It makes you cheer you up during winter. It might be a January, February episode, too.
Maybe. Especially if we're in lockdown.
Think positive thoughts.
Okay.
I saw fishing pictures on your Instagram. Do you guys also hunt?
No.
Just fishing.
Just fishing.
We do catch and release fishing.
We do. Well, sometimes we go on a chartered boat and we'll go fishing and we get to keep those fish.
We only did
perch?
that once.
No.
We've done it a couple of times. You just weren't invited every time.
Yeah, we've done it at least 3 times.
Yeah. But we, as far as like hunting, like deer hunting or
No, that's
turkey
me.
hunting,
That's me.
It's
mean.
But I don't like
it's just
it.
not something that our family chooses to participate in.
Now, I do tell a lot of the guys I know who are hunters, like, if you're not into keeping the meat, I will more than be happy to take that off your hands and put it in our freezer. Because I'll cook it up.
I've never had deer.
Yes,
Actually,
you have. You've had deer jerky before.
And you liked it.
And you've had kangaroo jerky and
jerky.
rattlesnake. Yeah.
Kangaroo jerky.
I've had alligator jerky too.
Venison chili is very good. And I had a friend trick me into eating it. And then I was like, this is amazing. And he goes, it's deer. And I was like, no. And he said, it is. And you like it.
Oh, dear.
Do you have a Peloton?
No.
No, but I want one. So if
It's-
Peloton
it's-
would like to
Wait a
give me
minute.
one,
We
I will
have bicycles
gladly
that go
take it.
places.
Is a Peloton like the indoor biking thing that everybody
It's
at
the
park
indoor
is-
biking thing that you put in the most scenic part of your house. Like if you have a multi-million-dollar apartment overlooking Central Park, you'll put it in front of that window based on the commercials. You'll put it in your front window. If we had it in our house, it'd be in the library with the bay
It'd
window.
be like a leg lamp. Put it right in the window so
Where all the
everybody in
neighbors
the
can
neighborhood
see
can
it.
admire it and be like, oh.
No, we don't
they
have a
We
Peloton.
wouldn't get a Peloton. We just get a leg lamp because that's what you like.
Yeah,
Admit it.
guilty.
I want a Peloton though.
But I like biking normally, and if you have to do a Peloton indoors, that's basically like treadmilling, and I don't like treadmilling that much.
We live in Michigan. It is not possible to go bike riding in January.
Sometimes it is. I went bike riding in December last year.
Shut up. You're not helping.
I did the Apple Cider Century, and then I had a 3-mile detour so I could go see my friends, and it was freezing cold for most of the
And
time.
raining.
It's like September.
Yeah.
It was still freezing.
Well, it was
That's 'cause
Michigan.
It was raining. It wasn't bad.
Still. Did Mom run cross country in high school?
No.
I'm confused. Does Mom run or not? She keeps saying I don't run, but then you guys talk about her doing races and triathlons and
Oh,
stuff.
busted.
Oh. Yeah, so I don't run. I might jog, but usually when it comes time to do the 5K portion of a race, I walk along with a whole lot of other people that also don't like to run. And
So
I don't feel bad about it.
Aqua bikes are right up your alley because
It skips that part
swim,
altogether.
bike, and just go eat waffles.
Waffles! How long has Dad been playing hockey?
A long time. I started as a kid, but we didn't have organized hockey around here when I was growing up. So we would play outside. We would find some frozen patch of ice, whether the local township would flood the volleyball courts at one of the parks. We would play there. You had to shovel the snow. The biggest local outdoor rink, didn't allow hockey sticks when I was growing up, so that wasn't an option. I didn't play indoors until I was playing intramural up in college. We did a lot of roller hockey out in parking lots and everything, and they were just starting to think about organizing leagues when I was a kid. But, it was mainly we just went down by the beach and played roller hockey there. We went to the elementary school. They had a big parking lot. We'd play there. And then I played intramural in college. And then when I went to Western Michigan, I was just too busy to do it. I went down to Florida and there was no ice. So I golfed a lot. And that started my 16-year break from playing ice hockey. I also got too fat to put my pads on. And then when you started playing again, I went out and helped coach on the ice a little bit for Learn to Play.
Yeah, I like the drills.
Tying kids' laces and dealing with kids who were crying because their legs hurt because they were tired, like you. And then,
me not being able to stand and crying the entire time because I couldn't get up.
Yeah, you're crying so much. I'm like, do you actually like this? Yes, I love it. Well, you stop crying on the ice. You're making me look like a horrible father. But then we signed you up because you wanted to keep going. And it was March. And that rink they have now in town, at least when you started, was only enclosed on one wall and then the top. And 3 walls are open.
I hated that.
I know. But you wanted to keep playing, and so a lot of people were signing their kids up for South Bend, so I signed you up down there, and they had an adult hockey clinic, so I signed up for that. And then I met some guys through that, and they asked me, hey, you should sign up for the draft league. And I did, and I've been playing basically nonstop since, except for when rinks get shut down because of the Rona this year. But even then, we're still playing in the garage and doing what we can do to stay active.
What position does Dad play?
Everything but goalie. I play forward. I play defense. Depending on what team and league is what I'm playing. Sometimes it varies by night. Especially when we're doing pickup games. It's just like, where do they need me?
Yeah, I am the goalie in the family.
You are the goalie in the family.
Mm-hmm.
Does Mom play hockey?
No.
She came to a parent hockey thing once, and that's the only time besides open skate she's put on skates and come on the ice.
Yes, I do have the pictures though where she's out there with her stick and her helmet on, and be nice to get her out there more often.
No.
Yes.
No, I don't like being cold, and standing on an ice rink for an hour and a half is not appealing to me.
That's the thing
at all.
though. If you're moving, you're not cold. Like, we're usually sweating like crazy.
Good for you. I don't want to do it. You can't make me. I'm a grown-up.
It's great cardio.
I put giant pads on, and then in the summer, I'll go out there wearing shorts, and everybody will think, oh, she has nice pink sweatpants, when that's my bare legs.
That's not helping the argument. That's just saying you're cold.
That's telling me your legs are freezing cold if they're bright pink.
It's better to say that we're out there
but I'm not cold.
sweating like crazy.
Good for you.
What's it like having your dad as a coach? Would you rather have him behind the bench or up in the stands?
I think that's another question written for you.
I don't care. I really like having him as a coach. It's all because either way, he still gives me feedback when the game is done, and also he helps out with the team when I'm on the bench occasionally, because we have 2 goalies and we have to split the ice time.
Probably it also doesn't hurt that your best friend on the ice when you are out there is not just, well, one, probably your best friend is the pipes around the goal.
No.
But yes, that's a old saying is a goalie's best friend are the pipes. But the other thing, your best friend is really the defensemen who keep the puck from getting to you. And usually I end up coaching the defenseman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
How many nights per week is the family at the rink?
Somewhere, well, and when we're not going through a state mandated shutdown like right now or lockdown, anywhere between 4 and 7 nights a week. Usually it's like 5 or 6 nights this time of year.
7 nights a week is all week.
Yes, it is. But this time of year, it's usually 5 to 6 nights a week.
Yeah. No hockey for 3 weeks? How will Dad survive?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
What's your favorite NHL team?
Mine's the Blackhawks.
I like the feet.
Do you want to explain to them who the feet are?
The Avalanche. They used to have feet on their jerseys, like gigantic Bigfoot feet, and I thought it was great. I don't think they have the feet anymore.
What?
Yes, it was like Sasquatch foot up on their shoulders.
Oh.
They also had a guy named Adam Foote on their team for a while too.
Also, I really like Gritty.
You
I
sound
think
like
he's
Alex.
hilarious.
Yeah, but nobody likes the Flyers.
I don't like the Flyers, but I do like Gritty.
You sound like you named a chicken Gritty.
No, that's his name.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite is either the Blackhawks or the Caps.
Ooh, I do like the Caps. Mm-hmm.
Because I got to go to their home rink when I was little and watch their games.
Yeah.
Several times, yes.
Yeah. Do you have any races scheduled for 2021? If yes, which one are you most looking forward to?
We have we have one race scheduled, and it was one that actually you've got 2, but they were 2020 races that got postponed to 2021. So hopefully they'll actually happen. The one I'm most looking forward to is the Michex the kayak bike run up in the UP. Most excited about that. I did notice one of the local companies that puts on pretty much usually a triathlon a weekend all over Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin is having their Black Friday sale all weekend. And I was looking at it, I'm like, one, I don't know if their stuff's actually going to happen. I haven't been impressed with it in the past several years. So I kind of want to wait and see how it this year looks like before I go sign up for a whole bunch of triathlons, because they're not cheap. I mean, they add up fast, much faster than signing up for 5Ks. So I think we're going to stick with the ones, at least in my opinion, we stick with the ones we signed up for that were just postponed a year.
Yeah.
And we see how those go for 2021, and then maybe throw in a few 5Ks or other events. And then, of course, hopefully by next fall, Apple Cider Century for 2021 is happening. That's something to train towards too.
I'm looking forward to the one that's in the UP, and I'm looking forward to Apple Cider Century. Supposedly the Naperville one, my registration got rolled over, but they actually haven't confirmed that yet.
Didn't you have some people at work too asking about possibly doing that with you? If it's on?
If it's on, yes. I think I've got a couple of them talked into it. Most of them think that I'm insane thought that I was insane when I told them I do triathlons, I do aqua bikes, I do 5Ks, and they were like, "What? You willingly sign up for these things? Why would you do that?" And I was like, "Because they're awesome, and it's a fun challenge, and it's good for you."
Yeah.
I would like to do one with you.
I would like that too.
What is your mother's maiden name, childhood pet, and social security number?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nice try, scammers. Not happening.
Next question.
Triathlons sound nuts. What is the allure of multisport racing?
It's a challenge. It's something to work towards being able to complete. I like it. It gives me a reason to exercise every single day, because I know that if I don't exercise and train for it beforehand, I am going to die. I will either not be able to finish it, or I will just suck so bad, and I will be very upset about that.
I totally agree. You put it on the calendar, and it's the same thing with 5K races. You put it on the calendar to train towards, so you don't hurt yourself, and you don't want to do awful. But the other part is, it's like cross training. It's multiple sports. It keeps it from getting boring because you get to mix it up and do the different pieces. The other thing is, if I go do a 5K or a 10K, I know there's plenty of runners my age who can beat me. If we go do a bicycle time trial, there's plenty of bikers who can beat me. If we go do a kayak race or a swim, there's plenty of other people who can beat me. But you put those all together, and now the number of people who are actually competitive is a much smaller number who can do well in all those things together. Like, I might not be the fastest runner or the fastest biker or the fastest kayaker, but you do kayak, bike, run, and suddenly it's like, now I got a chance because put those together. I can do well. I can't kick butt, but I can do well in all of those, and it makes it more fun for me too, because it's like, okay, can you be good at a lot of things instead of just amazing at one thing?
What is a pasty? I also don't know what this is.
It's pronounced pasty.
No.
Well, what is it?
A pasty is like a hand pie, a meat pie. It's basically flaky, crusty dough, and inside you put things like meat or sausage and carrots and onions or potatoes or rutabagas or some other stuff.
Didn't we make this with your chicken stuffed croissant thing?
We've done a version of it, but we didn't use the same recipe. We have made them at home before, and you can do ground beef, ground sausage, but you can also do chunks of steak. And the way they came up was like, they used to cook these things, and you'd wrap them in newspaper, and the miners would take them down in the mine, and when they got time for lunch, they were still warm. They're yummy, delicious. We did a quick and dirty version of this a few weeks ago at the hockey rink, where I did it with chicken and cream cheese and chives and everything inside.
So
Those were so good.
They were really good. I packed 2 in my
and I
lunch.
used pre-made like flaky pastry dough instead of making it from scratch. So that's a pasty, very popular in the UP. Pasties are, you can explain pasties to your daughter.
I'm not going to do that. It's just fun to say pasty. But
pasties are like stickers you would stick on your body. Put it that way.
Why?
Yes.
Good question. Next question.
4 kids? Are y'all insane?
Yes.
Can we expect a kid number 5?
Absolutely not.
We finally got the boys and girls equal, which I was really happy about. Also, I finally got one sister, and I've always wanted one sister, and I already have 2 brothers.
Happy we can make you happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We are done. No more babies for us.
Yeah. Will Florida State ever play in a bowl game again?
God, it sure doesn't feel like it these days, but yes, they will eventually, but boy, do they really suck these past few years. We still cheer for them. They're our school, but oh, come on, get it together.
We can say they suck for fun because we're their team.
Well, they're our team.
They're our team, yeah. You 2 have advanced degrees in psychology, but your podcast isn't presented in an overly technical manner. Why is that?
We want it to be accessible to the masses.
If we wanted to just put it out there for just behavior analysts or just behavior analysts with like the masters and the PhDs, or just the behavior analysts with masters and PhDs who are into multisport racing and nutrition, it gets to be a smaller and smaller audience. And boy, it gets to the point where like, why don't we just call them up and talk to them on the phone? We wanted this, like your mom said, to be accessible to the masses, and part of that is presenting in a way where a lot of people can tune in and listen in and enjoy it. And it's also a variety of topics too. And we don't need to talk in an overly technical sense to make ourselves feel important. It's like, look, let's make this accessible because it's information that's useful to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Technically, couldn't anybody listen in because you do episodes like food and like
I hope
cocktails.
Everyone would just...
It's for everybody. It's not just for behavioral psychologists.
Yes.
And athletic people.
And not just for athletic people, and not just for parents, and not just for, it's for everybody.
How do your kids feel about having 2 behavior analysts as parents?
Behavior analysts?
Yes.
I don't know. How do you feel about having 2 behavior analysts as parents?
It's good. They understand when we tell them something, and I like that most of the time if we're not saying something completely random.
You guys do say some random stuff.
You do. You come up with some things. Pretty funny.
Are you planning on offering more virtual competitions in the future?
Maybe. We had a bunch. I mean, we still have the Red Arrow Challenge that we do every week. And when cross country got shut down, I put out there a whole bunch. We did a bunch of virtual competitions, virtual 5Ks and team competitions. And we had the selfie scavenger hunt that was out there, and a lot of these things. Participation was not that great given the amount of effort that went into it. So I think we're not doing anything in November. We're not planning on anything in December. And I don't know, going forward, it depends. If there's we start getting some requests coming in for them, we'll bring them back. Otherwise, we'll just stick with the Red Arrow Challenge.
Mm-hmm. Did kid number 1 ever reach her goal of running a 5K without walking?
Kid number 1, did you ever reach your goal?
No, I didn't. But I got very close with like a 1 to 2 minute break of walking, but I didn't reach it yet.
You didn't reach it. And then part of that, too, is we got to fall on you.
No, it's okay.
It's okay. You were running every day almost.
That's true.
And then it got to the point where you weren't allowed, or there were people not allowing us and didn't want to see you out running with the cross-country team. So it's kind of hard to work towards that goal when you're working on your goalie stuff, and then you got to sit around and basically read a book while the runners are out running.
And then
there's just not enough hours in the day.
And then my friends who I do run with, I'm not allowed to run with because they're on the team, and I can't run with them.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he just said.
So we're going to work on it this spring and summer, and you and I, hopefully in-person running is happening on a regular basis to the point where, like, I thought about doing a race in a local race in December, the first week of December, and of course now that's off because everything's locked down. So if things start opening up over the summer, you and I will sign up for some local 5Ks, and we'll train for 5Ks together. Yeah. And maybe if you're doing well with those, you can do some small triathlons with me and Mom. We'll see how racing opens back up. But I think you and I are going to train together. Did you want to do cross country next year at your new school?
Yeah.
You are going to do cross country next year, or are we just going to train for races?
Maybe. I might.
Well, we'll get you ready.
It's in another year.
Yeah.
Who sponsors your podcast? You plug a lot of businesses and products. Which ones are paying to be mentioned?
Nobody.
None of them. We are open to having sponsors. If someone wants to sponsor us or have us mention their topic or sample or review their product, they just have to contact us and we'll make it happen. But for now, we have not had anyone sponsor us.
And if it's something that that can be sponsored and I can be in it, then I would like to do that.
No, but everything that we've mentioned so far on our podcast, we've mentioned because we absolutely love it.
Well,
and we're happy to plug it.
Unless it's like some of the sampling, like we've sampled stuff like you didn't like some of the whiskeys.
Fruity Pebbles whiskey.
Yeah.
Like Gatorade.
It's an airplane.
Gatorade?
we've talked about Gatorade a lot, and we keep saying Gatorade.
Not just on the episodes you're at. They're not sponsoring us. I'm just drinking it today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just.
And we're going with grape, not because they're sponsoring us. Do you drink grape? It's because I like getting grape Gatorade.
And then I also like the weird fruity flavors that are really actually good.
Yes.
Is Marco going to return as a track and cross country coach?
I don't know. Is he?
I don't know. Are you?
I don't know. I'm still in that window of take a break, take a breath, and decide if I'm going back to the school I've been coaching at. I enjoy coaching. I enjoy coaching that team. I did not enjoy some of the stuff that had to do with that school this past year. I didn't like the way they treated you and your siblings. Awesome. The parents are awesome, especially out of that varsity. They were just absolutely wonderful people. So it's really hard because I like the kids on the varsity. I like the kids, their parents. But then there's other people associated with school, mainly grown-ups, who made it very, very difficult. And I'm still just trying to take a step back and decide whether we're going to go through that again or not.
Okay, that's all the people said in for now. Can we do another one like this in the future? I like hosting.
Yes.
It makes me feel important.
Aw.
You are important. But yes, we can do another one like this in the future. Not next week because we just did this, but down the line we'll do another one and we'll get some more questions in and let you host. But we can also have you back for other topics.
Yeah.
But I think we need to have your brother on soon because he's been asking
Yeah.
a lot. Well, thank you for hosting.
You're welcome.
Thanks, kid number one.
You're welcome.
Before we go, though, we have to give a shout out to the most recent set of champions in the Red Arrow Challenge. The Red Arrow Challenge is our weekly multisport competition you can compete in any of the categories or the composite points, and then we give a shout out to each week's champions. For the most recent week,
Swimming.
20 to 29, Gator Boy. No one in 30 to 39, but 40 to 49, Jesse's Girl.
Running.
9 and under, Easy E. 10 to 19, Lucky Dude. 20 to 29, Lexi. 30 to 39, The Logan. 40 to 49, Sarah 906. No one older than that. And out of our featured members, me.
Walking.
9 and under, Yellow Ninja. 10 to 19, Lucky Dude. 20 to 29, Smitha. 30 to 39, Wildcat. 40 to 49, Vino Mia. 50 to 59, A.R. Miller. 60 to 69, Kilogram Ill. No one older than that. And out of our featured members, me.
Biking on road.
20 to 29, Gator Boy. 30 to 39, Cyclopath. No 40 to 49-year-olds. No 50 to 59-year-olds. But 60 to 69, Kilogram Ill.
Biking off road.
9 and under, nobody. 10 to 19, nobody. 20 to 29 was a tie. Smitha and Super Mario, and nobody else.
Sit down paddling.
There's still some of this going on. 20 to 29, Gator Boy. 30 to 39, Rando 7. 40 to 49, Tim 906. 50 to 59, AR Miller.
Stand up paddling.
20 to 29, H. Kaner 305. 30 to 39, Wildcat. 40 to 49, Coffee Dude is back.
Cross country skiing.
It was the usual. 40 to 49, El Tiburon 95. And 50 to 59, Big Juan 64.
Skating.
20 to 29, Gator Boy. 30 to 39, Wildcat. 40 to 49, Great Juan.
Hockey.
9 and under, Yellow Ninja. 10 to 19, Soleil. No 20 to 29-year-olds, but 30 to 39, Wildcat. And 40 to 49, Great Juan. And under the featured members, me.
Points.
9 and under, Yellow Ninja. 10 to 19, Lucky Dude. 20 to 29, Lexi. 30 to 39, Wildcat. 40 to 49, Coach T. 50 to 59, A.R. Miller. 60 to 69, Kilogram Ill. Nobody older than that. Out of our featured members, which are you and me, it was me.
Congrats.
Yay.
Yay.
All right. Well, that was a lot of fun.
Loads of fun.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone who tuned in and listened to this one. Thank you, Kid One, for hosting.
You're welcome.
And this was the latest episode of the Red Arrow Health and Wellness Podcast. New episodes drop every week, usually on Mondays is where we're dropping them now. Mm-hmm. And for now, though, I got to get on the treadmill.
I have things to do.
I want to go finish my art.
All right. Well, it's been fun. Until next time.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.